What's up, Tudorinos? Welcome back to the Game Addicts podcast, a show where we're talking about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect. I am this podcast player, Brando, and joining me here today, this podcast player 2, Mike.
Hello.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Our first show in a little bit, of course, as we said, but last show, we were moving to every other Wednesday for the time being, just to, you let life happen as it so happens to happen.
Yeah.
So we've adjusted our schedule. Starting next week, I'm hoping to start streaming video games on our alternate week. That way there's something here every single Wednesday for you guys. And, of course, if this is your first time tuning into the show, when we do release an episode every single other Wednesday, it's going to be difficult to get into the habit of saying that now. But, of course, you can check out the live stream on our Facebook page and Twitch. Trying to get YouTube up and running, having issues with that. But also, you can check us out the very next day on Thursdays, where we hit you with the audio download on all the podcast services that you can imagine. If we're not on your favorite one, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, social media, all that kind of stuff, and I'll make it happen. Mike?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We have some stuff to talk about this week. Of course, in the midst of there being a little bit of a gap between the episodes, we have a lot of news to talk about. So, before we get to that, I know that you don't know this guy, Mike, but I want to give a quick shout out to a guy in the gaming community, whether it's podcasts, YouTube, whatever. If you guys listen to or watch any sort of video game content, maybe you guys have heard of this guy. This guy's name is Jason Heine. He has his own YouTube channel at Heine House Entertainment, and he was one of the co-hosts of the All Gen Gamers podcast, which is the podcast that got me wanting to do this show. And Jason has had some health issues over the last couple of days. I don't know if he's out of the hospital yet. He had some issues with could be his heart. And he's a good guy, great guy. He makes some awesome content with his girlfriend or maybe his wife. I'm not sure if they're married, but they had a show that I watched quite a bit where they would go to thrift stores like Goodwills and stuff and just try to find the best stuff that they could find all around, whether that all stuff gaming or just nerd or just stuff that they thought was interesting. But great guy, and one of the guys that got me wanting to do this show, and I want to wish him all the best wishes and quick recovery on whatever his ailment is ailing him. I really want him to get well. It was just one of those things, man, where I was just kind of like, looking at my phone, looking at stuff, and I haven't seen anything from Jason in quite a while. I just have been doing other stuff, watching other stuff, and I saw an update where it said that he was in the hospital. And they as of the other day in the last update, they still didn't really know what was going on. They transferred him to a heart specialist and I got another hospital, and they're still doing tests. So hope everything's all right with him, man. Get well soon, Jason. Now that we've got that out of the way, Mike, do you want to lead with the big one, or do you want to do the other stuff first? Because we have the Nintendo Direct to talk about. Do you want to go to the other stuff first, and then we'll finish with the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, because I've got a couple articles that I've got, and one of them is one that I sent to you today, and I was I think this is awesome. As I said, I need
to see what that requirements are for that, because I might just be able to give him the SOSH and it might work.
It may be, but the offer is sold out for the time being. But I'm still going to let you guys know about it. Basically, if you're an active duty member of our military or veteran, you can get a free 24-month Game Pass membership for Xbox.
Currently not, because it says the offer is sold out.
Right.
So
As I said, it is like it is sold out now, but definitely keep your eye on it. Maybe they'll bring it back. But if it's sold out, that means people jumped on this. And when I saw this afternoon, I thought this was just the coolest thing. I've got nothing but praise for Game Pass and the fact that they were teaming up. Um, it's called Games to Grunts, military specific website that offers games to members of military community um, to make this happen. And this was just completely freaking awesome.
it is pretty awesome.
And according to the article, uh, like all that's needed is a valid military ID, both reserves, actives, or a veteran ID to take part in the deal. Check out the official website here. First, and then of course they talk about how awesome Game Pass is.
So before you move on, for those that cannot get this and have not yet checked out Game Pass, currently, excluding the veteran deal, they have the buy 1 month of Xbox Game Pass for $2 and you will automatically get another month for free. So essentially $1 a month for your first 2 months. That's pretty good. That's actually what I'm probably going to get.
So Game Pass for 2 years has a recommended sale price of $240.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, you can't beat that.
No.
They were also had a deal on gold, which I didn't see how much that was,
Well, hold on. Let me look.
but redemption instructions. So now we're gonna go to. Okay, no, that's just for Microsoft. That's not the actual thing.
Okay, so
Yeah, I guess you'd have to register with the Games to Grunts website with your military ID,
oh,
probably to because you're buying it from Games to Grunts
right.
because they have Steam and Xbox on here. And how
Yeah,
much was their gold? Gold was free for a year.
that's pretty good. And right now, for 12 months of gold, the
$60.
G2A, so games to, I don't know, it's not telling me what the site's. It says G2A. It's 20% discount right now on 12 months.
Man,
So
yeah, those sold
that's
out
not
really
bad.
fast. Yeah, they sold out really fast. And I'm looking on their website really quick. Um, ID.me. So yeah, you'd have to go through there and register yourself. But keep your eye out. Maybe they'll get it back in since it sold out so fast. But I just
They
think
might.
that is such a great deal. 2 years of Game Pass
Yep.
for free. I mean,
For veterans and active service members. So that's
dude,
awesome.
yes, that's completely freaking awesome. You get access to all the Halos, Gears of War, all your first party Xbox games that you can think of, pretty much, plus all these other cool games that are going to be on there as well. That's you can't beat that.
Yeah, because I'm going to get it for $2
Yeah, exactly. Right now it's on sale. So
because I got a pickup.
you do.
It is the Microsoft Windows version of the Xbox One X controller,
Yeah.
and it's all right. I mean, it's not my favorite. It
The more you use it, you know what? I didn't think the same. I thought the same thing as you. The more that I used it, though, the more that I like the controller. I think it's a pretty good controller. I think
I gotta use it. The best thing I can do is get Game Pass and try it out.
yeah. I mean, uh, of course, like the PS4 controller, it's a great controller. Other than the sticks, because I put the Xbox One sticks on mine.
So I don't like the Xbox sticks now that I haven't been able to use them. It's weird, isn't it? The more you use it, the more it naturally just Yeah, I don't know. But
I have used I have my God of War controller, which I have not messed with. I haven't opened it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I'm not gonna put other sticks in there. Of course, as we found out when we opened up one of your other ones, they've made updates to the inside, and it's a little bit more difficult to change them out. I'm sure we could, but it became more difficult. Now, I think both the PlayStation and the Xbox One controllers are really awesome. However, like our good friend Blaine from Podcastrophe mentioned that he had issues getting used to the Xbox One controller because he plays with PS4 all the time, and I
right,
was kind of like, it's the same button mapping for the most part, and I told him, I said, the only controller I have issues switching over to when I haven't played it for a while is anything Nintendo modern, like with the Switch, with the Pro controller, and then with the regular Joy-Cons or whatever. Because of the confirm button being the A button, which is the circle or B button, which is usually cancel for the PlayStation and Xbox One. So I have an issue
right,
with that in my brain. I got to like tell myself to stop hitting B, which I want to be A. I want it to be A, and then that's the cancel button for Nintendo. They've swapped them.
right.
But I like both controllers. Uh, if there's nothing else here, we got another story going back to the old Fallout 76. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah,
All right. Fallout 76 player puts in over 900 hours and gets banned for having too much ammo.
it's amazing, isn't it?
So essentially, Reddit user Glorf12 recently took to the Fallout 76 subreddit to detail the situation after applying the Bandolier perk card, which reduces ammo by 90%. They were off to the races by collecting every round they could get their hands on, and they realized that 5mm ammo does eventually weigh you down. They decided to drop it off in a suitcase in Watoga train station for other players. After acquiring so much ammo, however, they began to trade between their main and secondary accounts. Given the sheer amount of time I spent playing, I have legitimately collected ludicrous amounts of ammo. The amount of ammo that the Fallout 76 player collected is unfortunately why Bethesda chose to ban them in an email which can be found here. Well, I mean, I'll read it to you. Basically, they informed them that the player was in violation and that they could be banned until the next patch. In a follow-up email, the studio detailed the infraction: having too much ammo. So from Bethesda customer support on the 18th. Hello, this account has violated the Code of Conduct Terms of Service by exploiting a system issue that results in item duplication. We have determined that this account has acquired over 100,000 of one or more rare in-game items in the last 30 days of gameplay. The
Wow.
the account found exploiting the following items in your primary account: 140,960 ultrasight ammo. We see this account is also associated with secondary account, which has been found in violation of our terms of service by exploiting the following items: 150,825 rounds of 45 ammo, 225,000 ultrasight ammo, 72,809 5mm, and then 55,949 5.6.
That's great.
5.56. Due to the extent and the scale of the violation and what the game data shows, both accounts access to Fallout 76 have been suspended until such time that the issue is fixed in a future patch. As previously advised, when the fix is live and confirmed, we will reactivate these accounts and notify you that you're able to access the game again with them. This decision is final. No further appeals will be considered in this matter. Please take a few moments to review our terms of service and conduct, which you previously agreed to in order to participate in Bethesda's services. And this action also serves as a final warning. Any further violations of our term of service will result in permanent closure of this account.
That's crazy.
So, this person says, I cannot be more adamant that I've never once owned an item in excess of 100,000, and I cannot believe I've been banned due to others reporting me. I often use two accounts to transfer items between my characters. I even detail in the comments of how and why I do this. My belief is that people see a level 450 plus player trading with a level 2 character and immediately think, report him, report him, report him. I even get some players who harass me when I'm attempting to trade items. So, my friend, you are the one of us who has put time into this game. Not
I,
nearly 900 hours worth. But what do you think of all this? Does this sound like a guy who did item duplication if what they say is true, or is this guy pretty innocent until proven guilty?
I mean, he's put 900 hours in this game. At this point, doesn't matter that much
I mean, do they?
because he's probably one of your biggest supporters of a crap game.
Uh,
So at this point, I think I would shut up and let him keep doing what he's doing. No, in hindsight to all this, I don't think that the guy is doing this at all because I mean he's detailing exactly what how he's done it. I don't see. I mean, you can create that much ammunition. It's not super difficult if you know where to do it at. I mean, you can essentially world hop and get infinite amount. I mean, I can get lead. I can probably get no in an hour. I could make a couple thousand rounds of ammunition.
yeah.
So it's not that difficult. I mean, it takes about a minute to go get the lead. As long as you get a good server. If you get a perfect server where nobody's done what you're doing, you can get I can't whatever the weight amount is. I know it makes like 89 scraps of lead or something like that. So you can quite literally every 30 seconds to a minute get 89 scraps of lead as long as you can carry it,
I mean,
obviously.
I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with you on this. I don't think like what is the big deal when it comes to the fact this guy's put 900 hours into your game. How many other players do you have that are putting this much time into it? There cannot be that many left.
Yeah, yeah. There's not right now. There's not very many at all.
I mean, to me, it's pretty. It sucks this guy got banned, but in reality, he could probably be playing some better games. He can move on. Uh, honestly, that's what I would tell him is to just, you know what, man, just move on. This game is no longer worth any more of your time. Uh, if they're gonna ban you for this because of no, just screw it. After 900 hours, you got your money's worth, even if you got the $200 collector's edition.
Right.
And I mean, I, I don't think the game is gonna get that much better.
It's not. I'm pretty sure that it is not. Sorry, guys. Right now, I'm actually trying to recover my account from Microsoft.
Oh, your old Zulog account.
Yeah, and it's actually not letting me. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a new. I basically changed. I'm doing my change to my gamer tag. Now I want to see if it's available.
Now, do you want to wait until I get off here and I can log into mine and see if it tells me what your email is?
I already know with the email. I already
Okay.
have that. All
And
that says fine. Right now, I literally have pulled up a new one. It's calling me Woodland Bison 12. Somehow it's that way, but we're gonna check availability, and it's so my original name is taken. Surprise.
so I detailed. Did I talk about any of my? I haven't talked about vinyl pickups or music pickups in a while because I haven't had any. I have a pre-order. I have a big pre-order coming. And hopefully by the end of April. But I want to share a story. Can I share a story? I mean, we got time.
Yeah.
This isn't gaming related, guys. So I'm sorry. If you guys don't know, first time watching, first time listening, every once in a while, like I have a music collection, I have vinyl collection. I love certain bands, and so every once in a while, I'll detail them here on the show or just go into a story. I feel like this could be a cool little story. It's also going to help me just, share something that happened to me. So I got this bad boy. Now, this is from a band called Purgatory.
Your Purgatory. Yep.
It is John Shaver's Purgatory. This band became Iced Earth. I'm wearing the shirt. Iced Earth. Big fan. And
No, not you.
over there, I got a poster right there. It's kind of hard. I got the green screen there, and it's not really in position because I don't care. But so this is an EP, which is like that's basically a not a full length release. This only has 5 songs on it, but these are 5 songs that they did when they formed back in '85, and they performed together for a couple years until they had to change their name to Iced Earth due to the fact there was another band out there also called Purgatory, even though that other band may not be as good. That's kind of beside the point. So I went on, and this came out as a total surprise. The guys that were in this band before got back together after all these years and re-recorded some of these songs that had never been professionally recorded. And some of these songs in name and in riffs, there's a few riffs, they would get reused later on in Iced Earth. But these are the original songs, kind of redone and re-recorded and even rearranged a little bit in some spaces to make them sound better. So I got the vinyl, right? It's a lilac vinyl. Yeah, I can. So this is the vinyl. I do believe I was a little inebriated when I ordered this because I swear I ordered black and didn't care. Just like one of my others that I showcased here on the show. This has etching on the back. But anyway, so I ordered this bad boy, and it comes with a CD, right? It's got the LP and CD combo.
Right.
Or at least that's what the website said. Anyway. So that sounds like a pretty good deal, I get both of them. Because I don't listen to a lot of CDs anymore, but I do enjoy to have them just in case I am without my phone or I'm in the car and don't have a music subscription service to use, right? Whether we don't have one now or got rid of it, we pretty much have our music subscription services as we need them / are trying to, we might get rid of them for a little while and we just focus and just use CDs or mixed CDs.
So really, mixtapes. Wow, we're back to 1990s, are we?
Yeah. So anyway, I got that vinyl and got excited, opened it, looked at it, and I'm looking around for the CD. No CD in there, even though the little receipt I had said LP plus CD combo. All right. So I emailed the company, and they're like, it took 2 days. Like every time I emailed, it took 2 days. And each time, so the first time I got a general, this is our return policy. And I'm like, I'm not trying to return anything. I just want my CD. And I got a response back, yet again, 2 days later, saying, yeah, no, if you want that, you're going to have to send your order back, and we're going to have to replace it with another one. So I got a little irritated. I'm like, I'm not sending my vinyl back. Number one, I ordered the Lilac Special Edition, which is limited, in my inebriated state when I ordered it. I'm being honest. When I for some reason, I guess I didn't save or accidentally deleted the original confirmation email telling me about my order, and I didn't make an account on this website until later, and I still couldn't recover my order information. But I got another email. When I finally said, "Hey, here's an update on your shipping," because it got delayed, right?
Right.
The production of mine got delayed, and they're like, you ordered the lilac one, and I went, huh? All right, okay,
all right,
whatever. And then I get the package, no CD. So then, of course, I go to our good friends Jason and Chuck from Podcast and Stone. They have a podcast dedicated to Iced Earth, and they have a group on Facebook if you want to go check them out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bitch a little. So I bitched, and I basically shared my story. And eventually Chuck reached out and says, hey, did you get anywhere with Century Media? Well, that's their label, by the way. That's the label that put this out for distribution in the States anyway. And I said, no, I haven't had a chance to. And he goes, well, I did. Call this number, ask for such and such, tell them you talked to me. Okay. And I didn't get to it by Monday. I got home. We worked a little late, and he messaged me. He goes, hey, man, uh, like, can I call you? So I said, sure. And he shares me a story that basically there's an error with the website. They weren't ever supposed to offer that. And that, him being a podcast dedicated to the band, he's in good, he knows some people. So he contacted John, and John looked into it and wanted to make it right for the 14 people who ordered the thing that wasn't supposed to be offered.
Right.
So then he goes, if I could just get your address, they're going to send us some CDs. I went, cool, man, cool. So I get my address, and then like the next day or two, that was on Monday. So then on Wednesday, no, dude, it was actually on Thursday. On Thursday, I got an email detailing my shipping information for the CD. I'm like, oh, cool. And then
Nice.
he asked me if I got the email, and I did. And then I checked the link for the tracking, and it had been delivered already. Oh, nice. So he said, hey, I got mine today. I'm like, oh, cool. Mine says it's there. I get home, CD's nowhere to be found. So we start like doing phone tag with FedEx, trying to figure out what happened to this thing. And basically they're like, does this happen often to you? Is there another 5, whatever street? And I'm like, there's a west, and we're on the east. Huh. Well, we're going to look into it. If you don't receive it by the 19th, you're going to have to contact the person who sent it to you, have them file a claim.
Yeah.
Okay, so they already went above and beyond to give me this damn thing. I had given up. So Friday, me and the wife are kidless. We got a babysitter. Her sister's watching them, and we're gonna go out to eat, man. So we're just kind of sitting around the house waiting to leave. Like we have probably could already leave, but we're just kind of like being lazy about it. And the neighbor walks over with the package. It went to my neighbor. There are 2 labels on this package that has my address on it perfectly, and somebody wrote in Sharpie the wrong house number.
Right. See, I don't understand that. Like, it's clearly printed on the label. This is my address.
Now this dude's
And somebody had to have, and there's 2 of them, and it's shipped from the Sony distributor from that area, distribution center, who sent it to you, and obviously the label is printed out correctly on both accounts. So someone had to physically go in and go, well, I don't see that address, so 8 shoved it in there. Like, there you go. I'm done.
So
I don't understand it. It baffles my mind.
I got my CD. All is good in the world. That is the most trouble I've ever had getting anything in the mail. Like, it's absolutely crazy. We don't have people stealing boxes around here like a lot of people do during the holidays. I'm like, why would anybody want to steal a CD? That was my thought. And then, like, my neighbor had it. His house is right across the street, and it was the wrong number written down, and just, Mike, one time I got pulled over. I guess this the mid part of this episode is just story time with us.
I guess it is because I'm still working on my Game Pass.
I see. And now you're gone. You're not even in the damn frame.
I had to get my wallet.
Anyways, so this is years ago now. It's like 2005, 2006, and I was with my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and I drove over every single Saturday, nearly. Obviously, I liked something about this girl to do that. Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
It's just because you said, apparently I like something.
You shut up.
You did it, not me. The listeners heard it. That's all that matters.
So I would stay until it got pretty late, and because of the time difference, I would cross the state line. So I would technically go back in time. It took an hour and a half to get over here, but by the time I'd get back, I had to go back in time. So I felt like I didn't lose that much time. Anyway, coming back I'm coming through the town that I went to high school in, and I get pulled over for the very first time ever.
Huh.
And I was going this way, right? I was going like it was a 2-lane highway. I was going one way. He was going the other way, and he whipped his car around so fast, got right on my ass and pulled me over. And he said the reason why he pulled me over was because my license plate light was out. Which meant he had to have been driving and looked in his other mirror to check my license plate light.
Sounds like he's fishing.
Oh, he was. So then I'm looking for my proof of insurance. Now, my dad was awesome. And every time we would get the new cards or the new things, like we get every single year, he'd put it in the car for me. Tell me it's right there in the glove box. Just grab it. So I grabbed it and gave it to him. He said that it doesn't have the expiration date on it. So then I'm panicking at this point. It's first time being pulled over. I gave him another one. No expiration date. He goes to his car, makes me fucking sweat, comes back, and says that he's letting me off with a warning. Because who does an 18 freaking point check when they get in their car? How do you know your license plate's ever out? We don't have a light that says, license plate's out. We don't have a thing like that in our car. Who before they takes off at night, anywhere.
Oh my God, I messed up.
Wait, what'd you do?
So, yeah, there's my old one. So my old one's already on here. And I just, for some reason, it created a new one when I logged into the old one. And now I've already bought Game Pass on the other one. Can I gift it?
I don't know what you did, pal. You confused me.
Oh, so basically what happened is...
Oh, you got access to your old one?
I logged in. I clicked on my Xbox button thing here, and it pulls it up, and it's Zulog, not the new one that I had to change. It forced me to change everything. And now here's my old one, so apparently I had the wrong email, clearly.
Should have waited.
Yeah, well, I think I can gift it.
Well, you already have it.
On the other account.
I don't know. Anyway.
Sorry.
Finishing up my story, he let me off with a warning. He said I had enough info to make him believe I had insurance on my car. And I'm leaving, and I'm going home, and I used my cell phone, called my dad, and said I got pulled over. I gave him the insurance information that you put in the car, and it's wrong. He said there's no expiration date. He's confused as all hell, right? And so he's like, all right, well, I'll still be up when you get here. So I get home, and I bring in the papers I gave to the officer, right? My dad's looking at him. He goes, it's right here. It was on the paper. The dude could not read.
Wow.
I gave him, it was the very first paper I gave him. And right there, in big letters, says expiration date, whatever.
What?
So I believe that in order to have a job as important as a police officer or even a mail carrier, reading is required.
Yeah.
You need to be able to read
it. I don't understand. How did he even get in if he couldn't read it?
Well, like when I gave him the paper, he was like, I can't find. There's no expiration date on here. The dude was just an idiot. It's basically what it boils down to. I just saw a video that this police officer, he pulled over a guy and told him that he's not allowed to have his computer mounted up that high. And the guy goes, that's not the computer, that's my center console. And it was a Tesla Model 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they're like, the screen is massive on those things.
And the officer mistook it for an actual laptop or a computer or a tablet and pulled him over. And then the guy was kind of showing him what it does and it operates the vehicle. And the officer apologized like twice. And then he's like, But yeah, it's pretty slick.
I mean, it's super freaking cool.
Right. But I mean, they're so new that I can understand why the officer got confused. Anyway,
Right.
while you're doing that and trying to
I got a full refund.
oh, did you?
Yeah, since I hadn't done anything with it, they just gave me a full refund. So
Nice.
awesome. Thank you, Microsoft. You are winning me back. Hearts
Yeah,
and
dude.
minds, buddy.
As, like,
Hearts.
especially since Sony's really terrible about it. It's like, we'll put it back in your wallet.
Yeah, see, now everything's showing up just fine.
Oh,
Boom, right
awesome.
there. Now I go to deals.
Now, do you remember our good friend Banjan?
Yes.
Banjan, Grant Hargrove. He's from. He's a friend of mine on Facebook, and he streams on the Twitch page Rapscallion Brigade as well as his own. And he told a story a long time ago that somebody hacked into his account on the PlayStation and bought $600 worth of in-game currency for some game. I don't remember which one, but basically it was fraud. And he's like, "Yeah, I want my money back." And Sony's like, "Well, we can't give you your money back. We can put it in your wallet." And he is like, look at my purchase history. And the entire time that I've had a PlayStation Network account, I have not purchased $600 worth of stuff."
Right.
He goes, "I will never spend that. That money is very important. That's my house payment," or whatever he said. And he's like, "I need that." Like, he had to bitch and bitch and bitch, and they reluctantly did it. But just so you know, as far as PlayStation goes, as far as their terms of service, if your account gets hacked and people buy stuff, they do not have to give it back to your bank.
That's ridiculous.
It is. But in regards to PlayStation Vita production is finally ending in Japan. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced that the PlayStation Vita production in Japan is finally ending, putting a cap on an era that it probably wants to forget never happened. That sucks. I love the Vita, man.
It's a good console. It's just so you didn't release enough games for it. They wanted it to be a PSP.
They did, and unfortunately, they gave up on it very quickly, and there wasn't a whole lot of third-party support. At the moment, the exact date hasn't been specified, but when the same thing happened to the PS3, production completely ended within 2 months. In other words, you only have a few more months to get a brand new PS Vita from Japan, which is completely compatible if you bring it over here and have it shipped over here. Your Japanese thing, you can actually link it up with the North American store, and you're good to go, and it's completely region free.
Nice.
But the PS Vita first launched in 2011, and after it failed to ever make an impact in the market. It quickly became apparent Sony was slowly starting to phase it out, and Vita is estimated to have sold between 15 and 16 million units. That's a massive decrease from its predecessor, the PSP, which is about 80 million. But it's still more than the Wii U.
Yeah.
And it's actually not much more than. But there's that. Now, of course, that definitely puts us into the sad life of the Vita. But I'm going to tell you guys the Vita is a great console. If you're able to get games for it, it's worth the pickup. You can play a bunch of old PS1 classics. You can download some old PSP games. It really is an underrated system that could have been done a little bit better, but is worth a pickup if you can find one used. Obviously, at this point, if you want to get a new one, get one, but you don't have to.
Right.
So, Mike, we got one last thing that we're going to talk about for the news.
And it's the big one.
Yeah,
You get my full focus on this one.
yeah. I better, you son of a bitch.
I've got it all up, but I can't figure out how to get game. I gotta work a little bit harder here. I just figured since you were going for stuff, I was like, yeah, I'll pull it up and we'll see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a little too in depth in it.
Yeah, you did. The only
I
thing
normally do.
it's a good thing you already know those stories.
I do. I do.
Well, at least you knew the CD.
Oh yeah,
So the February Direct
it was awesome.
It was freaking awesome. We got a lot of stuff announced. A lot of things that one thing that I called pretty much. I said, "What are we going to see?" I said, "We're going to be we're going to see Super Mario Maker." I thought it was going to be a port, but it's
I did
actually
too.
a sequel coming out in June for the Switch.
It
Um,
looks like it's basically a port. I mean, everything kind of looked the same, but they did add some new things like the giant piranha
yeah, and then also
flowers,
the big bullet bills or
the big bullet bills, and there's some other things that they changed on it, but it looks good. I mean, it needed to come to this system. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't have came to the system.
absolutely. I loved the first Mario Maker and would love to buy this. However, for the rest of the year, barring one major game near the end of the year, I'm not buying any more games this year.
Oh no.
It is
You better allocate some more funds.
I, I mean, uh I can't. I got to save monies. Got to
Eh.
save monies. So I can't buy a Mario Maker.
Oh, poor guy.
I know. But there's some other awesome stuff that got revealed as well, including them getting an exclusive version of Dragon Quest XI, which is a
Yes, Echoes of an
elusive
Elusive
age,
Age Definitive Edition
uh,
it arrives this fall.
and it includes the full 16-bit version and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. You can switch back and forth. I do want to check this game out. I like the Dragon Quest games, and I really liked what I saw from this. It's just a matter of like I still haven't picked up the new Ease game. I haven't picked up the original version of this, which I'm glad I didn't because I actually wanted to get Dragon Quest XI on the Switch. So I will definitely get this version when I do get it.
Another big thing that was released, if you're done,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you're done. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 exclusive
So this
to
actually
the
got
Switch.
revealed. Yeah, this actually got revealed at the Game Awards,
Yes.
and then so they showed just a little bit more on it, including the fact that they're going to be. I think Captain Marvel's going to be in it.
Yes, and
Uh,
it's releasing this summer.
yes, yes,
That is huge. We did not know this game was that far along. I mean, we knew they kind of teased it, said, "Hey, this is coming, Switch only," but summer. All these games. I mean, June for Super Mario Maker 2.
yeah.
That's early. Fall for Dragon Quest 11S Echoes. In the fall, I mean, obviously fall. We're looking at probably August, September, and now Ultimate Alliance 3 summer. I mean, they're killing it.
I know, dude, and it's only going to get better because um, we have Yoshi's Crafted World, which is coming out, and Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is a completely different game. That's an interesting.
Right.
That one took me by surprise because we got to see some gameplay from it during the trailer, and it was just completely different from anything that I had ever seen from that series. So that'll be interesting. That's in July. There's a new Square Enix RPG, Onanaki. Is that how you say it? From the makers of I Am Setsuna. Of course, that's Tokyo RPG Factory. So I love the fact that Square's getting all these old school RPGs coming out for it. There was a Disney Tsum Tsum game, which okay for the kids.
Yeah.
A new game from the maker of Undertale, Deltarune. Chapter 1 is a free download. The rest of them are going to
Yeah.
cost money. I really love the
It's
humor.
available the 28th.
Yep, on February 28th. I love the humor of those
I don't
games.
know what this is.
Astral Chain.
No, I'm doing this.
Oh, I can't see you. I don't have my thing.
Oh, I'm like doing the Trump.
Oh, but Astral Chain is a new Platinum Games over the top action. And then new RPG Rune Factory 4
Yep.
and Rune Factory 5 was announced. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, that is the game from Ninja Theory, which is now purchased by Xbox. So that all their future games are going to be exclusive to Xbox, but this game got a lot of praise last year, and it
Yes.
looked awesome.
And it's coming this spring.
Yeah, And then
The big one.
we're gonna go back. There's a few other things. Tetris
I was gonna
Battle,
say, go back a little bit.
Tetris 99 got announced. Dragon Quest Builders 2, which looks kind of cool, is coming to Switch this summer. And also PS4. So Final Fantasy 9, the new port got released already. Got released that day, and FF7 coming in March. So I will say that these versions are the versions that are on the PS4 as well as Steam. If those versions bother you, don't get them. I will say Final Fantasy 9 is a whopping $21 on the Switch, which makes me hurt. These are also the new ones, so all the character models for FF9 look freaking amazing and almost like a remake, like not like a remake, but like a remaster. They look that good in battle and everything. But then all of the pre-rendered backgrounds are like smudgy and they look blurry in comparison. So they can't make those look better because they're pre-rendered. I wish if they could find a way, because I know some hackers and some people have done that with the FF7 version on the PC by
Yeah.
using mods. If those guys are able to do it and make it look good, Square can put some freaking effort into this because these are just ports. These are straight up ports which have the same problems, bugs, and glitches as the original PC versions. And all they're doing is getting to work on the other architecture. So I wish Square would put a little bit more effort. FF9 is a fantastic game which deserves the best. And then there was a game called Daemon X Machina.
Yeah.
Okay. You can play the demo already. And then the big one. This is one of the big games I may just be able to get by the end of the year, depending on what's going on the PlayStation front. Whether that's Death Stranding. If I had to pick between Death Stranding and this, I might pick this because this is more up my alley because I know what this game is. It is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake coming to the Switch.
That's huge. That's I had heard that something was kind of in the making, but not this.
No, I heard it was that they were working on a new Zelda title, and that number one they're making a follow up to Breath of the Wild, which is a new big 3D Zelda. They're already doing that. But I also heard that they could be doing like another 2D Zelda in the vein of like Link Between Worlds or something like that. And this is obviously it. I was not expecting it, but this is awesome. Link's Awakening was originally on the Game Boy, and if there's ever a game, whether if there's ever was one out of all the old ones to remake, it's this one.
Yeah.
Some people are not liking the new graphic style.
I think it looks great.
I think it's fine.
It looks fine to me. I don't understand the problem.
I loved the opening cinematic with where it's all animated. Like, I got such a nerd boner over this when I saw it. Because when it first started, I'm like, oh, okay, new Zelda. All right, we're gonna get something, and all of a sudden it hit me. And went, holy crap, this is Link's Awakening intro.
Right.
And then I saw like the new. I went, oh my god, yes! And it's coming to the Switch. I couldn't be happier. Yeah, man, I absolutely loved it when they did Link Between Worlds, which was
It was great. Link Between Worlds is fantastic.
I know. If I had more time to play games, I would want to replay it on stream. I'd have to get a special connector cable to hook it up, but I would love to because that game it brought back so many memories, and it's like a sort of pseudo sequel slash spin-off of Link to the Past, where it's like it's not a sequel to that game, but it's in the exact same world and everything. So I'm super excited to see the same kind of love going to Link's Awakening and having that game come out. It's coming out this year, and I assume it's going to come out in the fall.
Yes.
My bet is October because if they're still on track with a certain monster RPG that comes out every year almost. If they're on track with that, that's always in November. So this would be their big October sell. You lab over there?
Huh?
Are you alive over there?
Yeah, you didn't like and segue me in at all. I'm listening 100%.
Like, I stopped talking, and you were just like all quiet.
I know I was reading. I have up what you used to have up.
Oh,
So I was going through what we had talked about and ensuring
yeah.
that we had covered everything. So I'm sitting here reading it, and then
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, "Hello." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was.
Tetris."
I already talked about Tetris. That
I
was the last
know.
one. The Tetris
Yep.
is free for people who have the service. I do believe. I didn't talk about
Yeah.
Box Boy because
I mean, it's Box Boy. I mean,
Box Boy, Box Girl.
yeah. I mean, they added Box Girl. That it's cool, but
Yeah, I mean it's a cool puzzle game. But uh, I was really impressed with this direct. There's a lot of stuff that we definitely wanted to see with Mario Maker and a lot of cool other announcements, and then of course the big surprise of Link's Awakening pretty much excited the entire Zelda fan base. Like this was something that we didn't really know what was happening. Like we didn't know this was a complete surprise, and it's coming this year. Everything that was talked about in this direct is coming this year. That is a big deal. Like
it is.
especially when you consider that Sony isn't even doing any three thing; they're going to be doing their own thing, and that uh, they have what's that game? Blah, 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 the zombie game that's coming out.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. They have that game coming out in April.
That's Sony. Yeah.
Okay, and then after that, it's like they have no definite release for any of the other three big exclusives that they have. So, uh,
What are the other three big exclusives? Oh, Death Stranding,
Last of Us 2,
Last of Us 2, and what are you taking the third one?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. That's right. That's right. That should come out this year.
See, I told you today that I saw this video detailing that that everything says that Days Gone, Death Stranding is coming out this year in the fall, and that's what Kojima is eyeing, and they're just not saying it yet that they're in the final parts of everything, and that's probably what Sony's banking on too, and that they're probably looking at where these three games are at, and they don't want to release either one of these three games too close to each other since they're the last big hurrahs for their PlayStation 4. And as far as that goes, like if Death Stranding's like we're definitely making a fall release, why would they go through with a Last of Us Part 2 right next to it?
Yeah, I don't know.
You wouldn't do that because it's
No.
like you could see where Ghost of Tsushima is and see where Last of Us is, and then space them out. Especially okay, so even if they announce the PlayStation 5 this year, right? Like we think they
Right.
might. Even if they do that, then that's not going to come out for another year. So then you have Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima as two big titles for 2020. Whether that's in the spring for one of them, or maybe like in the summer for the other one, and then of course in the fall you're looking at your next console release, which then you would have a bunch of new titles to show. It's like yeah, we got these, and then those games that just came out this year that were great, they play on the new one. So no fear of that, and they have an update to help them to boost them up to what the PS5 could do.
Right.
That's my bet. That's what I think is going to happen. But and if I had to, if I was a betting man, I would
Okay.
almost say it would be Death Stranding at the end of this year, Ghost of Tsushima in the spring, and Last of Us
Of
Part
this year?
of next year.
Okay.
Sorry, a fall of this year for Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima in March and April of next year, 2020, and then June, July for Last of Us Part 2, and that is pretty much your last big game coming out for the PS4.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. The more I think about it, I mean, it all depends on what they could do with the 5. I mean, we have no idea of their actual percentage of completion or percentage of ready to ship. Obviously, the system is probably already built, everything's already
Yeah,
done. They're just looking to acquire the appropriate parts for launch. It really bases around what they do with that because obviously, um, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us Part 2 are all dedicated to the 4.
Yes.
So they've already said they are coming out for the PS4. So,
That leads me
it,
to believe that the next console will be backwards compatible.
right. That's what I was. That's what I'm thinking.
At least minimum with the 4.
Right. And you could even kind of pseudo launch it with like um not Days Gone, The Last of Us with the PS5.
You could, because the
And it would
game,
just people wouldn't catch on that it's for the PS4 as well, but they would just be like new PS5, new Last of Us I must have.
well, okay, so let's pretend they did that they do launch in the summer for a full price on the PS4, and then when it comes to the PS5 for Black Friday, they go, "Hey guys, guess what? That new PS4 game that came out," and they can even put on the box, they can have a new design for these old PS4 cases that says PS4, PS5 compatible or whatever.
Right.
Even with The Last of Us, with the PS5 won't be out yet, you can still put that on the box. That way,
Yep.
all the copies that are out to the stores, you can mark that sucker down to $40 for Black Friday.
You could.
And so even if the console comes out, uh, like right before it, like say if it comes out like 2 weeks before, like I did, with the PS4.
Yeah.
So PS4 launch or PS5 launch, all these games, boom, 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 boom. By the way, Black Friday, The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Death Stranding, all with Black Friday deals, all PS5 compatible.
Yeah. At this point you almost have to make it PS5 compatible.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no reason in this generation, this following coming generation, that you cannot put a PS4 on the PS5. You cannot not run it,
And those devs,
especially when your PS4 Pro is a half step to the 5.
when you have the devs, I guarantee you they already have, they're working on patchwork, uh, and have the PS4, PS5 dev kits, and are looking at patches to make these games run even better and bigger and display better on the new console. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, they better.
Anyway, I think that's going to be it from us this week. There's not much else to talk about as far as news go or anything going on. There's not much going on with me. I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts. I'm trying to play through some Kingdom Hearts. It's fun. I like it. It's like I'm sliding right back into it. It's awesome. It's a bit more
I'm
fast
prepared
paced.
to play Anthem.
Are you going to pick up Anthem like this
I
week?
probably will. I actually just started downloading
Forza.
Horizon 4. Yeah.
There you go. Well, and that's awesome because then you can get the Game Pass for $2 for 2 months. Not
I've
by,
already canceled the subscription just to see how I like it.
but you can download Forza, not buy it right now. Buy Anthem now, and you can buy Forza later if you want to get rid
Right.
of Game Pass.
Right. But also I noticed that you do get a percentage off with Game Pass, so that's nice. They did a good job with that.
Hell yeah.
For
Well,
$10, like I said, I've already canceled it. I'll probably keep it back up depending on how I don't have gold, so we'll see. But
yeah, but you'll be able to play it, see how your machine, because you've been playing some games on your computer, but you haven't been playing a brand new made, released last year game.
I've been one from 2003 or 2008.
Playing a lot of WoW.
Yeah, I like. Hey,
hmm Now, you never did get Star Citizen up and running?
I, so I can actually launch it now, just for giggles. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Launch game. I'm up to date on everything, so Oh,
What's going on?
I don't have enough physical system memory available because I'm utilizing too much.
Oh well, I
As
guess
I
that
have 7.6, but what it does is it just says, "Hey, you." Um, it's still going to load anyways, even though I told it not to. Um, it's basically saying, "Hey, you need to run this as administrator." So then I run it as an administrator, and then it's like, "All right, load it up." Cool. We are unable to do this until you load it as an administrator. I'm like, I am the administrator. There's only one account on here.
I hate
It's
that.
me. I am the only one. Period.
There can
And
only be one.
it's loading up now still. But like I can do some of the other stuff, but if I do like the universe, this one, visit location. So we're visiting this location now. And it should pop up with the window. There it is. Please run your launcher as administrator and verify the game installation has been updated to the latest version. So you can't even load it. So yeah, that's what it does every time I turn the game on.
Have you tried to contact anybody?
Not yet.
Oh, well, if you ever plan on spending like $29,000 on the game, like I definitely would
They
look into
might
it.
think about it.
Yeah, why not, man? You get all the stuff in the game that way.
With that much, you still don't.
You're kidding me.
Nope. Chips cost individual. So when you go up that much, I would say I know at least. I know one chip that's over $2,000, and you don't get to keep it when the game launches.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this week of the Game Addicts podcast. Again, like I said in the start of the show, if this is your first time, check us out on all over the internet's Game Addicts podcast. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You could check us out on all those places at our username for those are as Game Addicts Play. Go check us out on all those. Of course, you can also check us out on our Twitch at twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay, as well as check out our YouTube. We're getting some more YouTube subscribers. Just search Game Addicts Podcast. We show up. Subscribe to us. Help us get to 100 is my first goal. We are a small-time podcast, but we are looking at upgrading those. Of course, our gracious hosts at Podbean. Thank you guys so much. And all of our 1,200-strong subscribers over there, thank you so much for subscribing to us on Podbean. Of course, you can also listen to us on your favorite podcasting service every single other Thursday at this moment in time. I got to remember to keep putting that in because I keep saying every single because that's when you start doing this stuff for so long, it just comes like second nature when you're doing this show like at the end. So every other Wednesday, right on your favorite podcast service, download the podcast, check us out. And of course, starting next week, I do hope I'll be playing games right here with you on Wednesday on our twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay. I don't know what I'm playing yet. I kind of want to play. I'm trying to get the old school Resident Evil thing set up because I want to play through the original Resident Evil because I played through the new 2, loved it, and I'm still in the mood. So until then, I have been Brando.
And I have been Vacant Mike.
Vacant Mike over there doing your stuff, doing your setting up stuff, ignoring me for the whole episode.
I was actually listening. I can tell you what you talked about.
I don't think you can.
I can. But it's like you said, it's stuff that we've actually talked about. So I was like, well, he's telling this story, so I'm going to go through this and try to catch
lucky.
him on this.
You're lucky. You're so lucky. Anyway, guys, until next time, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Game on. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Hey. I just ate some Girl Scout cookies.
You did?
They're delicious. If you haven't bought any, buy some Thin Mints. They're fantastic.
Send these girls to Washington later on, guys.
Yes, later on.